There's a wide array of weaponry at your disposal in Call of Duty, although everyone has their own preferences for the guns they use. I'm sure there's some psychological reason behind each one of our choices, but sod that. I'm going to tell you the exact type of person you are based on your choice of gun with the same accuracy of astrology. So subscribe for more cracking content and let me tell you what your favourite Call of Duty gun says about you. Number 1. Assault Rifles. This is the all-rounder, or to put it more bluntly, the basic bitch. You're the type of person that back in the Modern Warfare 2 days would use the ACR with a grenade launcher, one-man army and danger close, and have the audacity to brag about getting a nuke. You pride yourself on your 1.5 KD ratio, knowing that if you even dare to look at another gun, that it would sink to a 0.9. Sometimes when times are tough, you might even go to your local regatta shop and pick out a nice tent and stool for you to camp out in the corner and rinse some poor unsuspecting player who dared wander onto your campsite. You're in the majority of Call of Duty players, and hey look, it's okay to be a sheep. Just don't expect to be first on the list of who your friends call to squad up with. Number 2. SMGs. It takes a special kind of player to rock an SMG with a complete disregard for range or damage. You're all about mobility. You're the Kyles of Call of Duty. Controller in one hand and a cannon monster in the other. Normally you go off about 3 hours of sleep on a good day, which is why you need the monster so much. Your energy levels are constantly on overcharge as you zip around the map like you're on a mix of speed and crack cocaine. When you grow up and mature, you don't drink coffee. You just knock back the beans like a dry scoop of pre-workout. You lot are the reason slide cancelling was such a massive problem in Call of Duty. You're also a sniper's worst nightmare as you dive and slide between shots until you're close enough to spray them with your pea shooter. You severely lack any social skills, with your only form of communication being a text chat full of typos or an insult spat out faster than Eminem's rap god. Number 3. LMGs. You're probably over the age of 30, and if you're not, you've already passed your prime. Sorry to tell you. You used to be the SMG user, but your reactions have slowed and you can no longer keep up with the caffeinated youth of today. So now you're happy to float around the map like an armoured blimp, taking cover in an vantage point that will allow you to spray an entire magazine at an enemy team. Your aim has degraded, but your game sense is still there. The LMGs suit you perfectly with their 100 round magazines, as only around 10 of your shots will hit. In Warzone, you'll play the medic, like a Sunday League physio who uses the magic sponge for every type of injury. Some people take pity on you, while others see you as an easy kill. I, however, understand your pain. I myself am somewhat of a pensioner. With my back pain and joints not what they used to be, I find myself going into lobbies just looking to have a relaxing time with my LMG. Number 4. Shotguns. You're worse than the devil himself. You're similar to the SMG player but worse in every department. You get a hard on for the shipment map and the 725 was your best friend for the past 3 years. The thoughts of being able to wield that monstrosity again fills your cold heart with joy. Nobody likes you and you don't really care. You get your enjoyment from hearing your enemies rage from your overpowered existence. In Warzone you serve no other purpose than to hide in the corner of an unlooted building waiting for your next victim to arrive. You're definitely a lone wolf as nobody gets any enjoyment out of playing with you. Not even your parents want to spend Christmas with you. Do you care? Of course not. The screams of those players are better than anything Santa could ever bring you. Number 5. Snipers. You can be one of two people here. First up, you can be the patient type, thinking Call of Duty is literally a matter of life and death, so you find a spot the furthest away from the action so you can overlook all the players who are doing the actual fighting. Secondly, you could be one of those players that are being overlooked, quickscoping to your heart's content as you desperately try to relive the glory days. In both instances you miss almost every shot, and when you finally pull off some miracle you clip it and add it to a single montage you've been working on for the past 4 months. You're trying so hard to cling on to your youthful days because the lingering stench of your late 20s is putting a bad taste in your mouth. You brag about how you can beat anyone in a 1v1 on Rust, so long as they don't use anything that can shoot quicker than a bolt action sniper rifle. Number 6. Pistols. You think you're one cool cookie, thinking you're like Revolver Ocelot from Metal Gear, when in reality you look like Richard Texan from The Simpsons. You're the COD version of a snobby hipster. Long guns are too cliche for you and you need an inferior gun in order to prove your superiority. You normally play in hardcore mode where you have some chance of getting a kill. Warzone isn't your strong suit with everyone using long range weapons. Whenever you die in the gulag you blame it on lag or something else equally implausible because you could never lose cleanly in a pistol duel. Everyone knows that you're terrible at the game and you try to mask that with the excuse of all of you are using assault rifles, try using a pistol instead. You use this to try to elevate yourself morally above your friends, but everyone knows that you're just a noob. Number 7. Melee. You're either a memer or a Jedi. You're so lethal on the battlefield that you ask why do people bring guns to knife fights. You don't speak, you only stab. Bullets seem to be allergic to you, but your knife connects every time. Nothing gives you such satisfaction than a buzzkill on someone who just unloaded a mag and a half into your upper torso. You just flick those rounds off like they were mosquitoes. You put fear in the hearts of all COD players thanks to the Modern Warfare 2 days, where you could run fast forever and knife somebody from across the map. You're like a ballistic knife in human form, and you're like a Guinness fart at your mother-in-law's birthday, silent and deadly, and nobody wants to stick around while you're there. Number 8. Marksman rifles and DMRs. Nobody knows quite where you fit on the social ladder. You're not basic enough to use an assault rifle, yet you're not cool enough to use a sniper. You're like an outsider that nobody talks to as you desperately try to get a group's attention to let you join. Sometimes you think you're above everyone else, which puts you on par with the pistol user as the most entitled player in Call of Duty. You have an appreciation for history when you use your Wild West style carbine, and you typically paired it with a revolver in order to feel like Clint Eastwood. You probably wear a fedora in real life thinking it makes you look cool just because they were worn in the 1920s. They don't, by the way. In reality, you're just a regular Joe alongside the assault rifle users, only you're not a sweat. And worst of all, you probably run a YouTube gaming channel that makes lists based on Call of Duty. Nerd. Number 9. Rocket launchers. You just want to watch the world burn, literally. You've no regard for anybody's health or safety, including your own. You'll happily take your own life if it means getting even one kill. It's good that you're inside playing Call of Duty, otherwise you'd be out setting fire to a neighbour's wheelie bin. You're the anarchist and the rebel. You don't care if you win or lose the game as long as you see some fireworks. Modern Warfare 2 was your favourite game of all time, and you're the sole reason why the Danger Close perk never made it into another Call of Duty game. You're the loudest player on the team, with your constant maniacal laughter being enough to drown out the screams of your enemies as they lose their torso to an RPG. You've never finished a hardcore match thanks to the sheer number of team kills that you've had. Unless it explodes, you won't go near it. That's the motto you both live and die by over and over and over again. Number 10. The Riot Shield. I hate every single one of you. So that was your horoscope as such, based on your preferred weapon in Call of Duty. Which one's your favourite to use? Let me know in the comments down below. And if it's the Riot Shield, please get out my nightmares and leave me alone. If you enjoyed the video, why not subscribe? I've gained over 400 subscribers in the past week, which is absolutely insane. So thank you. Anyway, I have been Lenny, and I'll see you next time.